first practice where they were going to go with other partners for Ferdinand and Thomas.
Because they're used to going to each other, right?
Yeah, they used to, because I've always just taken them up there to be around it. We used to go to the high school. Well, now they moved it over across the street. Kenston is a K through 12 campus, and they have an adult ed building, and then they have like all these other program buildings. Like this, I thought it was the board office. It's not. It's the bus garage. It's called Gardner. Anyhow, long story short.
But they're taking a room now, like a classroom size right now.
Yeah, it's in a classroom.
It's like youth. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And so, to separate them and to keep the kids out in the traffic to the high school, which is smart. And Varney, Jeff Varney is the architect of all of it. And I love it, man. He does a good job. I don't really have to do anything. And I like that because
that's huge.
I just want to watch him. I want to watch him. I want other people to coach him. And I just would rather stand back and watch him. But they're like, Dad, we want you to coach us, which whatever, that's fine.
Right.
But I'd rather have them learn to love it or like it or create a positive association with it. And dude, I don't think that my kids are going to be the next Bo Bassett or, whoever else, Gray Burnett or Timmy Mazer, you know what I mean? Like guys are just hammers.
You just want them to enjoy it.
Yeah. I just want them to like it. I want them to create a positive association with it because you already know, man, there's some crazy toxic stuff that happens with parents who think that maybe they didn't achieve or whatever. But long story short, Jeff Varney does a great job. He's a great teacher, and he's doing this drill. It was like a stand-up knee slide drill, hand control, palm down on the mat, and there's a hand of ice cream and a hand of poop. And I videoed it, and he's like, you take the ice cream and put it in your face, you splat the poop on the mat. I forget what the exact drill was. I think it was a knee slide, like back pressure knee slide type thing off the bottom. And just watching it, it's funny because Thomas got into it. Thomas didn't want to do anything.
When you start talking about that, he's all about it or what?
He starts talking about ice cream and poop. Thomas is in. And then just the sprawls. He's really good at teaching young kids, Jeff Varney is. And I'm just I'm thankful. And he's moving out like a mile and a half down the road from me.
Oh, right.
Because of some crazy stuff that happened.
But he's moving into there or from where?
He's moving out. He's moving right down by Wentz's uncles, the Campo Pianos, those two twins.
Yeah.
They live down the road a mile and a half. He's moving a quarter mile from them.
Is that where you saw Sean at?
I went and saw Sean. I went down to Kent and yes, I went down and ran into, I talked to Sean, but Varney is moving from Bainbridge Township to Auburn Township. I live in Auburn.
Okay.
They're different places like Auburn and Bainbridge. Auburn's like where you would expect a Miller to live. Bainbridge is where you might expect an Opera to live. Let's just put it that way. Right? It's Bainbridge, and then you got, out here.
Where does Troy live? So does Troy live?
Troy lives in South Russell.
Oh, but so Troy lives. Upper doesn't live in Bainbridge.
No, Troy lives you would not know that Troy doesn't live in Chagrin Falls. You wouldn't know. I'm telling you, he doesn't. But he lives two houses from Daisy. Daisy is where Chagrin Falls corporation limits begin, I believe. I believe from your brother's driveway, you can see the corporation, the Chagrin, welcome to Chagrin Falls. Yeah, you can see the sign. He literally lives that close, but it's South Russell, but it's Chagrin Falls schools where if he has kids, that's where your brother's kids would go to Chagrin Falls, whereas my kids will go to Kenston. Varney's kids will go to Kenston.
Okay.
But anyhow, just going to the youth practices is awesome. Going there and I just encourage my kids, and we don't know a ton of people here. We moved here in the last, I think 3+ years ago. We should probably know more people, but going and just being able to let them do their thing is awesome, and not having to yell out stuff and try and run the practice or anything like that. I really like that. And
he is a little guy too, right? So he's all in for the next many years, right?
And he has a son, Jeffrey. Yeah, like you're saying, he has a son, Jeffrey, that's in between Ferdinand and Thomas.
Perfect. Because that's what you kind of worry about with youth programs, right? It's when that dad moves on when his kid's done, right? That's what usually happens.
Yeah.
But a guy like that, he's going to be in for a while, right?
Yeah, and he's just a good dude. Jeff's a good dude. He's got his own business.
The automatic garage door. Okay, right.
Automatic garage door. Yeah, he does an awesome job too.
Yeah.
He does all my garage doors for my rentals and here.
Okay.
Jeff's the man,
He's got a nice nice shoe game too, right?
He's out of control with the shoes. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey,
Jeff Varney has gone. He has gone off the deep end with the shoes, but you know what, man? That's his passion. The guy likes it.
That's what he likes. That's what he likes.
He likes it. You know what I mean? And then, like they work. They're just hardworking people. They're blue collar people. I like that about them. And you gravitate to people that are like you, and that's what I like about the Oppers, blue collar people. But yeah, I really enjoy him. So
he's always been good to me. I remember OAC State a couple years ago. He did a little cool take. I thought it was pretty cool. He took like 12 pictures or something. I forget how many it was, maybe 9. Kind of like think of the Brady Bunch. You know what I mean? How they all pop up, but it's him in a selfie with like 9 different people, or 16 different. Like, so it's one picture, but it's like him with a selfie of like 9 different people, which is pretty cool. And
that's cool.
He made a comment, him, but a comment how something about what an awesome weekend, around these people type thing, whatever. But it was pretty cool. I remember he caught me off guard. I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "Selfie." So we're like,
super positive guy, man. Super positive guy, and he's very passionate about wrestling.
Right, that's how I'd sum him up. That's cool. That's all. You're pretty lucky. You're real lucky. Who else helps there?
Triscaro.
Okay, yeah, Mike.
Yeah, right. Well, Mike is the assistant coach.
Okay.
I see the brother, and then he has an older brother named Joe.
Okay.
Joe's son Teo is an OAC champ.
He lost his iPad one time. I don't know if he found it though. How'd this work at OAC State in Cavalli? Like, hey, have you seen an iPad turn? I'm like, no. And something happened where he like put on the alert or something. I think he found it. Like, talk about needle in a haystack.
Yeah, and he's a lawyer in Solon.
Oh, really?
Practice in Solon. Okay. Yeah, Joe does. One of the boys is Joe and Joey and Teo. I think Teo is an OAC grade school champ. Nice. And that's obviously really tough to win the OAC. So they're pretty talented kids. Yeah, and Ricky Dubell is the head coach at Kenston.
Right. I keep in touch with him.
Yeah, and then like that was a big thing. We were able to get that sectional at Kenston. They worked real hard with you guys to get that sectional, and they had it. Unfortunately, probably not going to have that this year, obviously.
No, not this year.
So, but they're just good folks, man. I really like the people around here. They're more my speed.